Hello, welcome to the weekend market review. It is November 5th, 2023. Alrighty, let's get right into it. TLT, the big move. Okay, um, surely it's nice for those that have been enduring the pain for the past 3 months. Uh, the big question is where next? Yes, it got to resistance as always. What was support will turn into resistance. So, what I did um, last week during the pump was I sold a few 92 cover calls. Okay, so um, right now, the next area for TLT to get to, as always, I talk about this often, we go from level to level. Sometimes you see a big gap down that cross all support below multiple levels, and same thing on the way up. Sometimes you see a big gap up that would negate many things, but for now, unless economic data continues to deteriorate rapidly, I don't expect TOT to make massive move. Okay, so for now, I'm gonna put an alert there so that I know that it filled that gap, because this move here last week filled two gaps. Okay, so it was a two gap up day and wipe out two gaps. And now we're looking at the next gap. But for now, if we get anywhere near that, then of course the next gap up is of course 93, right? And then I would be selling. If we get to, if we fill the gap, I would sell 94 cover calls. Okay, it's that simple. Um, I don't know what's the reason is for the gap up. Like I said, it's all about the economic data. So we just have to watch the weekly economic data. And as far as short, those that short, um, no doubt, a big part of this big move the last you know two trading days is because of some short had to cover. It was a good move for Bill Ackman to come out, uh, you know, and said that he covered his short, which was a smart move. And I explained that last weekend, right? When I said that the risk reward was just not there, especially if you had to pay out 3.5, 3.6% on top of, you know, the risk of reversal. So it's always about risk reward, right? And, for those that stay short down here, maybe they were calling for 7, 8, 9, 10% rate. That narrative has been going on for quite some time, and it's just I don't agree with it. I think it's pure nonsense, because sure, it sounds attractive to throw out crazy number like 9, 10%. Yeah, good luck with that. Okay, sometimes I just had to like scratch my head and ignore some of the nonsense that people spew out, because it's just like it's baseless. That I said it, baseless. People that talk about 9% interest rate, we can't even handle 6%. 9%. Cringy to even hear it. Okay, the well, it came pretty close to complete the triangle pattern I talk about. So yeah, it's as always, nothing is perfect. Okay, but at least what happened the last 6 weeks, 2 months, give you an idea of how the head and shoulder pattern can play out, and give you warning that you know don't be chasing. All right, so but for now, I would say if you buy dia down here, congratulations, nice move, right? But you should be trimming for sure you should have trimmed right here on Thursday, and then look to trim up there. And then of course the ultimate trim spot would be up there. Okay, so trim, 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 trim. QQQ, same thing. Okay, now it's near to the channel, right? Channel high. So I would say if you're in the Qs, 370 would be the spot for your next trim spot. Of 380, yeah, it's 381 ish, right? And of course 387. I think, you know, can I get up there? Maybe, but for sure, the first spot that you should trim, you should already trim, okay, a little bit last week. But I'd say next up 370 and then 380. SPY, same thing. Okay, very similar looking chart. You have, but it is at the trim spot. It is at the channel high, and it is at the 50 MA, right? So you got to trim. Next up, of course, 439 ish, yeah, and then of course 443. So yeah, there's a couple spot here to trim, right? But there's a gap fill that already fill the gap here on this day right here. Did it fill the gap? Let's see. The gap is 438.43 on this day, 438.14. So it didn't fill the gap yet. The gap was almost filled, but it's close enough. Okay, so for sure, you can either put a trim order in at the gap fill or the 100 MA, which is practically right there too. So yeah, that conversion is a trim for sure. Okay, and the same thing with DIA. You see how the triangle almost play out perfect, right? So yeah, if you were eyeing the head shoulder pattern, right? Surely you wouldn't be, you know, if you go long here and it break again, you should have like be very careful. So just watch out. Okay, SMH. Wow. Okay. Wow. Channel low. I talk about it, right? I talk about this pivotal, critical spot right here, and sure enough, wow, wow. Okay, so if you did, congratulations. But it's here. Okay, you should have your trim spot at 152.3, and then 155 ish. Okay, so somewhere between the 153 and 155 is your trim, and of course, reference high at 357, 361 up there, right? So yeah, but we're getting close, right? It's a definitely must trim at the channel high. Of course, because a big move of that is NVIDIA. Good thing, you know, I was scared. Make no mistake, I was very concerned here, right? I talk about it. I did not add, okay? I had enough shares that I am not willing to do much more. For those that follow me, I got stopped out at 460 and I nibble back. Okay, I nibble back quite a lot. So I'm not quite full load on NVIDIA, but I certainly have, I would say, about 2/3 of my share that I had. The most I had was, of course, you know, up here in this range here, and then I had been trading more, and right now I am about 2/3 position. And I did trim Friday into this big move, and no doubt I will be trimming more into 475 just like last time. Okay, last time I trim, and keep on running. I'll be looking to trim 475, between 470, 475. My next order to trim is actually at 457. I have a sell order in at 457 and all the way up to 475. and then I will set my stop. This time my stop will probably be 4 and 100. Okay, the 20 is down here at 433. So I probably do, you know, something up there, 439, I think, something like that. Uh, the lowest I bought was like 411, I believe, something like that. So this game in there that I don't want to lose. Eli Lilly, crazy, crazy move. Okay. Um, did I trim? I believe I did. I trimmed a little bit on this crazy move up here. I had a sell order in at I believe 595, and I trimmed. I had more at 600, but that didn't go off. But yeah, trade small, trade quick. That's all I gotta say. Speaking of Eli Lilly, I did accumulate JSK. My average, well, I bought a little bit, a tiny bit right here at 35.5. That was my very first initial buy. But I'm glad I was patient and I bought on this dip, and then I bought a whole lot more. So um, right now I have exactly 100 shares. Right, so nothing huge. You know, at this point here I had 600. Okay, so I was very happy to sell 600 share between 36 and 38, and yeah, I don't mind owning a couple hundred shares down here. So on dip, way down. The big order is of course down here at 33.2, where I have a buy order in to buy 100 shares. So yeah, come on down. I will buy, but right now my cost average is 34.09. Very nice average. I'm pretty happy with that. Of course, Pfizer, meh, right? Still meh. Nothing to be too excited down there, but hey, it came it came off the ugliness down here, right? But yeah, it's tax loss is over, so perhaps it will be a sideways to slowly grinding higher, right? J and J, I liked. Okay, I like J and J, but breaking shoulder, head, shoulder, right? So that was concerning to me. I bought very little, very tiny. So I'm watching, okay? We can have one of these come down, up, and then further down, okay? So I don't rule out that we can see more, okay? So let's do this, okay? Is this the channel I'm talking about? Since I already did it, let's just color it in. So maybe that's the bottom, okay? Maybe that's the bottom. Would I buy the dip? Maybe. It's cheap, okay? J&J is cheap, no doubt about that, okay? So yeah, I like that. See, this is the beauty of chart, okay? The beauty of technical analysis sometimes it still amazes me from time to time, because look, when we did the 1 year chart, right? We just connect this to this to show the channel here and here, right? We didn't see the other point, but when you peel back 3 years, look at that up there. So yeah, bang, 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 bang. Okay, so yeah, I wish I saw this earlier, right? If I saw this earlier, maybe I would have buy the dip down there, or buy more instead of buy little. Okay, so maybe the triangle would not be complete. At least the channel low so far have bring in buyer. Okay, so love it. I love when TA works so well. I just missed it. Biogen. I was waiting for Biogen to break, and it did break. And let's see, did they fill the gap? I don't think it did, but let me see. Let me see. Did it fill the gap? I know my no, it didn't. Yeah, see the gap is way down here. That's why I didn't do anything. Okay, but this does not bode well. See, I'm not a fan of Biogen right here. Not right now. Okay, FV came down to pretty much support, right? You have sure the break support sometime, yeah, but it came off and bounced hard. Okay, so I did buy FV on this ugly day here. Yeah, it was not a tough decision to jump in and add. I even add to FV Friday when it dropped below 141. I bought some at 140.95 or something like that. But yeah, to me, it's a dip buyer. To me, if I see below 141, uh, I have ordered in at 140 all the way down to 135. Okay, so I don't mind adding to FV down here. Good move here on XPI. It was ugly. Okay, it was ugly. I had a put assigned to me at 70 a couple weeks ago on this ugly move here. Okay, so and I said, all right, I don't mind owning it down here. And then I went in and bought a share at 66. I bought 100 shares at 66. So I have 200 shares. That is in the money. Okay. Um, this was a no-brainer. Okay, if you because I already had 200 shares, um, I did not buy more. But that was no. This gray zone was go back 5 years. See that? You see that? Yeah. And that gray zone, yeah, it's yeah, I like it. I like it. I was premature buying at 66. Okay, either 66 or 66.5, 65.5, something like that. But I know I was a little bit above the zone uh, on this big candle right here. Okay, because I did not uh, expect it to go so much lower, and it did. But it's okay. Now, would I trim? Um, what I would do is if there is strength on Monday, I probably would sell 74 cover calls, okay, which is a channel high, assuming that this is a channel. I didn't color it in yet, but I should, okay. But yeah, to me, 74 cover calls, I'm fine with taking some profit there on 100 shares. Speaking of taking profit on 100 shares, RTX, okay, RTX, I bought 200 shares and I sold 2 weeks ago. I sold an 81 cover calls, and last week I decided that I'm gonna do a cover calls at the gap fill. I'm glad I did because it went. Um, Actually, it did not. Oh, wait a minute. I did not look at the market the last half an hour, and I had an 83 cover calls, and for most of the day, it was well over 83. Oh my goodness! So I kept the shares. Let me take a look. Look at that. See, for the whole day. Well, not the whole day, but as you can see, it was up there, and then let's see, it dipped below around lunchtime briefly, and then yeah, I did not even look at the market. I was already pretty much doing other things by 3 o'clock, and I did not realize. I thought for sure it's gonna be a sign, and then boom, at before. But by 3:30, it went below, and that's okay. You know what I would do on Monday, assuming that it's not gonna cliff dive way below, sell another 83 cover calls. Okay, so yeah, sectors, individual stock to follow a pattern, but you know me, I'm too lazy. I'm just gonna shoot at the hip kind of style, and I just go with it. Lockheed Martin, okay, it was trading in this tight range for a while, and then it break out. I trim, okay, 456 or 455. I can't remember. I had an order in up there, and I trimmed. So I have taken off 10% of my position so far on this move over the past 2 weeks. Okay, and my plan is to set a stop where I'm using the low of day for 450.75 is my stop. Okay, I have gains, small gains, right there, because sure, for those that know me, I do a lot of options on Lockheed Martin for a long time, but every time it come down to this level down here, I add a little bit, I add a little bit. So I've been doing it all year, but at this point, I want to suffer this pain, and if you didn't sell, congratulations. If you got stopped out, hopefully you bought it back in, but still, that was a nasty, nasty 10% move, right? Plus. So yeah, I'm not gonna let myself suffer that pain again, right? Lesson learned. So yeah, I have my stop in at 450.75. So that's okay. Would I buy back? If I buy back, maybe 440 would be the highest, like a whole $10 lower. Yeah, no rush. Okay, no rush. Um, let's take a look at something that got beat up pretty badly. Humana. I did sell a bunch of put spread on Humana on this ugly move, and I closed out the 475, 470 spread for even money before the end of the day because it was ugly. Okay, so let's take a look on the daily chart. So up until this point here, okay, it was in danger because at one point it was below 475. It was down here. See, it opened down here, and at this point in the first hour or two, the spread was of course losing money. But at this point, when by lunchtime, when it was 480, yeah, I felt safe, but at the same time, safe, but why risk? Okay, because I have 465, 460 spread as well, and I got lunch money for that. So I said, let's close out the 475, 470 for even money and move on. That's what I did. But it's on my watch list as far as what to do next with Humana. I tried to sell 460, 455 spread for this week, but none of those orders went through. And I was not asking for a lot. I was asking for like 30 cents, but that didn't work either. ELV, I did sell put spread here, down here, okay, way down here. But to me right now, I think ELV might be the most attractive one of the big three. UNH, that ran too much, and give back not enough for me to want to buy in yet. Okay, so for me, that's a no touch for now. Cigna felt better, same thing, no touch. But yeah, what a great run on Cigna. Okay, what a great run. But I think you can be looking at potentially channel high. Okay, let's take a look. Let's take a look. See, look at this beautiful channel down. That was ugly. I don't understand. Still to this day, I don't understand this move on Cigna as far as this horrific downturn that lasts for 1, 2, 3, 5 months. Horrific, okay? Trade and sell put spread, but I'm out right now. Let's see. Yeah, if you want to do a channel, you can. But for me, can I get back into 334? Wow. Okay, so yeah, keep your eyes out for that. Right now, it's if you have it, I would say for sure put an order in to trim. You should trim already, right? Because it's lining up with the reference high. So if you haven't trimmed, I would say trim some, and then trim up there, 340, 334, 333-ish. Yeah, that could be a channel. All right, let's take a look at some staples. We're gonna do staples, banks, and then the FANG. Okay. Sometimes when I look at the chart, I'm like, my God, that is some of the messiest. This might be the messiest looking chart. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's so messy. I might remove all the lines just because it's so nasty. I have not done anything with my position. I would say, is it a trim? Maybe, for sure. 177. Wherever the 100 MA is. Okay, for now I'm watching it. Okay, I'm gonna put an alert here just to know that it crossed the 50, but I don't plan to sell anything for now. Back into the channel. I'm gonna put an alert here so that I am aware. I already have an order in, so it's not like I need to, but so that go off, I know. Trim time. Okay. McDonald's, same thing. I haven't done any. Did I trim some? I don't believe I did. Up there, the conversion between time to go. Okay, depending on how it behave, it might be complete sellout up there. Okay, so I haven't trimmed anything yet, but that could be the spot. Starbucks. I trim at 103.1 was my exit, and I will trim more. Okay, I will trim more. I have more orders in there, so I had more order in at 103.5, and between 103.5 and 107, I have order in to take at least 25% more off right there. Okay, I don't see a reason to fill the gap, but we'll see. For now, I'd be happy to trim off another 25% between 103 and 107, right? So, all right, let's move over to banks. Capital market booming? No, right? A lot of this is just could be short covering, could be FOMO, who knows? I don't care. All I know is I will be selling at 331. I will be selling more, if not complete exit at 347. Okay. KRE, tax loss selling is over, and kaboom. Well, maybe if it get up there, I might. I have a put spread that should expire worthless this week, so I've been selling put spread. Okay, 40 was my strike. 40, 37, and for the most part, well, I did not have one this week. I should have sold more when it was down here, but I did not. Let's see, Bank America on half of my share. A couple of months ago, I believe. I gotta take a look. I forgot. Either at 30, I think 30 or slightly below 30. Now I have not buy back anything. No rush. I'm not a big fan of financial, to be honest. If you believe that recession is 3 6 months down the road, you should be concerned for the banks, okay? Because with recession, what come with recession? Default, delinquency, bankruptcy, and who's holding the bags? The banks, okay? So I think that's one of the reasons why I was not so bullish on jumping back into the bandwagon with Bank of America, KRE, or Schwab. I have a little bit of KRE, a little bit of Schwab, a whole lot of, well, not a whole lot, but more Bank of America than KRE. But I'm not a fan of jumping into financial if the thesis of a recession is 3 to 6 months from now, because it could be bad. Same thing can be said with energy, which I will squeeze in before the FANG. But before I do energy, the one thing that I did like was V, right? For those that follow me, I did buy V and keep adding to V prior to last week down here, right? It was 228, 231. Yeah, I was buying it off the 2-day moving average. Even though I was kind of concerned potentially with the head and shoulder, that's why I draw in this line, right? If this fail, we're going to see down here, which is kind of lined up with some reference low, but no, nice move. Would I trim? I will. I have ordered in to trim 249 and 250. You betcha. And 251. I have 3 order in to get out. Okay, but yeah, I like Visa. AXP also came back. Would I trim AXP? Yeah, up there. Okay. Would I buy AXP on a dip? Yes. Okay, but for now, I'm content on doing nothing there. All right, let's squeeze in energy. USO. I did sell some put spread that expired worthless, and I will. I sold some more. Okay. I sold 71.69 tight spread. Okay, tight spread. But yeah, I like energy, but keep in mind, if the thesis is a recession coming in 3 to 6 months, it will be lower. Okay, I talked about this last year for those that follow me long enough. In a recession, energy will crash hard. Okay, by hard I mean that do not be surprised to see USO testing the reference low down here. It would have been wise to sell up here. It's okay to buy the dip down here if you want to. I don't have any share. I'm just doing put spread. Okay, I'm not. I already have some Chevron, which is okay. Like I said, I decided to hold on to it for now. Um, Decent dividend. I took the pain, but it's okay, right? It's okay. It was ugly. I make my bed, and I slept in it. The head and shoulder, head, shoulder, and yeah, it completed. It completed the pattern. Now, here's the good news. Here's the silver lining. It finished at the high. Okay, so it was ugly, but no doubt it was not as bad as it could have been, because sure, in pre-market you're talking 43. It finished basically at the high of the day, so buyer was coming in. Okay, dip buyer, institution, who knows who else. So it's not bad. It's not good. Okay, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, but for now, I will think about where to put a stop. Okay, this is the tough one. Okay, I don't know where to put a stop yet, but I had to figure out where to put a stop on my share, because certainly I will not eat the loss if it dripped back down to 44, right? It would be idiotic to give up 10%, right? So I have to decide what to do, like eat the loss at the open on some of the shares so that I don't feel bad if it drift down. So I depend on what it does on Monday. Okay, what I might do on Monday, if the stock open higher, let's say the stock open up on Monday, I will likely trim some. If the stock open down slightly on Monday at the open, but then bounce back, then I use the low in the first 15 minutes as my stop. Okay, but something will happen early on Monday. Either I trim some on the early pop or wait for the dip and the pop to set my stop. But one way or the other, there will be some trimming of the position because it's going to be dead money for a while. Okay. Okay, they dropped the second shoes. They dropped the first shoe here when they miss earning, and then they dropped a second shoes on two missed earning in a row. That's not good. Okay, I'm disappointed. Okay, now if you like that sector, I think Palo Alto might be the best of the bunch. Okay, I don't have any position in Palo Alto, but I think you might want to, if you want to get in, maybe sell some put spread down here. Earnings coming up, okay, and this can get ugly. The last earning, the last two earning, the last three earning was good, right? Look, earning, pop, earning, pop, earning, pop. Of last year, that's not because bad earning. It's just that in the general, the market did poorly, so that's why Palo Alto did that. But 3 quarters in a row, they pop. So if you want to sell put spread, maybe do a 220, 215, right? Using the ref low right here, the gap up, the low to protect yourself. But yeah. This stock is very volatile. Okay, it can come down in a hurry. So I would not get in front of earning. CrowdStrike. I like less because of the chart, right? Because if you have it, 197 should be your exit channel high. Okay, respect the channel. Look, okay, this yeah, a very well-defined channel. So if you have it, look at that. Okay, look at that. So 197. Don't be too greedy. Okay, don't be too greedy. All right, let's touch on the FANG. Meta. I did not do anything. No need to do anything. I did not add, did not trim. Would I add down here 302? Yeah, I have buy orders in between 305 all the way down to 285. Okay, one I took off 10% and another 10% at 366. Okay, so we'll see. But it was my favorite of the bunch. I've been talking about that endlessly in the last couple of weeks, right? In my chat group, I talk about, especially with earning, the way they were. Yeah. Microsoft, Google, and Meta are still my top three FANG, okay? Google, I would buy the dip. I sold put spread, okay? Yeah, I will keep, where would my put spread? 120, 117, okay? Yeah, I would sell put spread on Google, buy the dip. Where would I buy the dip? 125 and below, okay? I get order in 125 all the way down to 122. Amazon, it's trim time, right? I trim some. I don't have a lot. I don't have a lot of Amazon. Actually, no. I have an order in to trim that did not trigger yet. But my order was at 140 to 146. Okay, I would be trimming and getting completely out. I don't have that many shares, so I was being greedy there. I thought about trimming Friday, and I said, nah, just leave the 140 there. Okay, leave the 140 there. Apple, oh, channel high. It as bad as earning was, it did good. Um, I saw put spread on the dip in the early, and the expired worthless. So I'm not complaining on making lunch money there. Would I buy Apple here? No. No. Can Apple trade sideways and drift back down to 171? Yeah. I had ordered in to buy Apple at 160, I believe 169 or 168, all the way down to 165, but that did not trigger. But I did sell the put spread. I will keep those order there. Okay. No need to chase. Nice move. Okay. So yeah, if you have Tesla, trim time. Okay, trim time. Already? I did already. Nvidia. Duh. Oh, let's do something that I have not done. DGX. Yes, I trimmed some. Very happy with the move. Would I trim more at 135? Yes, I have ordered in 135 all the way to 138. Okay, so yeah, I'll be trimming more and more. I was buying down here. I bought a lot down here. Okay, my average was in the 124, and I start nibbling here. I start to accumulate up here at 130, nibbling for a whole month.